Several decades ago, a young president famously challenged Americans to participate in a shared dream of a better America. In his words, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. President John F. Kennedy's patriotic challenge to the American people endures even today and inspired me to dedicate my life to public service. Growing up in New York City, I volunteered for the New York City Police Department's Auxiliary Police Force and later worked with the Bronx County District Attorney's Office Child Abuse Response Team because I believed that protecting my community from crime and violence is what I can do best for our country. 10 years ago, I moved to Tucson, Arizona to join the United States Border Patrol. As a Border Patrol agent, my unit stopped 4,000 pounds of illegal drugs from crossing the border to be distributed and sold in parks and playgrounds and schoolyards throughout Tucson and the rest of America. When our country was at its greatest need, following September 11, 2001, I joined thousands of concerned citizens who traveled to Ground Zero to aid in the search and recovery efforts. I breathed the soot of unspeakable fires. I tasted the grit of chaos and destruction that permeated the air. Still, the aftermath of September 11th demonstrates that we all, in our own way, give of ourselves to better our community and our country. Those of us who could go drove to Ground Zero, while those of us who could not sent thoughts and prayers and charitable donations to the survivors of this national tragedy. The mark of a patriot is not what we give, but the act of continual giving. You sacrifice your time to consider and discuss methods to improve our neighborhoods and city because you also ask yourselves what more you can do to revitalize our great country. For each of us, we research, we debate, we write, we volunteer, we advocate, we donate, we petition, and we vote, all because we all give America the most meaningful service. We participate. For many of us, our love of this nation drives us to pursue an America that is better than the America of today. We fear that the more perfect union of our forefathers that cherishes the liberty, welfare, and justice of all its citizens has been lost to apathy, partisan bickering, and backroom dealings. 4 years ago, after a decorated 6-year career with the U.S. Border Patrol, I witnessed fellow United States Border Patrol agents at the Douglas Border Patrol Station impose appalling violations of human rights and civil rights onto undocumented detainees in the name of securing America. Detainees were crowded beyond capacity into cells, while neighboring cells remained empty. Women and children were becoming physically ill from starvation and neglect. These acts not only violated the policies of U.S. Border Patrol, but they offended the very spirit of the country that we swore to protect. In the face of these repulsive acts, I did what I felt I had to do. Though I would face the condemnation of fellow agents for publicly criticizing the U.S. Border Patrol, I blew the whistle. I blew the whistle, and in so doing, I sacrificed my relationship with friends. I blew the whistle, and in so doing, I strained my rapport with colleagues. I blew the whistle, and in so doing, I dismantled my career with the United States Border Patrol. All because I believed that we as a country must be better than the horrific abuses I witnessed. I believe that a person's conscience is God's voice. And after I witnessed the ghastly treatment of those unable to defend themselves under our system, I knew I could not remain silent and expect any peace. America is better than that. And now I am running to represent LD 29 as Arizona State Representative because I believe Arizona, and thus America, must be better than it is today. America has no shortage of patriots who ask, what more can I do for my country? But with all due respect to President Kennedy, perhaps the pertinent question asks not what our country can do for us, but what our country must do for us. I believe that Arizona must enact immigration policies that protect core American values. To that end, while the entry of undocumented workers into Arizona requires address, we must not sacrifice the safety of our community by encouraging local police to enforce federal immigration laws. I applaud Governor Napolitano's recent veto on this matter. We must overturn employer sanctions statutes that encourage open-ended racial profiling in place of effective immigration law enforcement. I oppose any guest worker program that grants employers the ability to circumvent fair labor practices by legalizing the exploitation of unskilled foreign laborers. Instead, we must recognize the value of legal immigration. We are, after all, a nation of immigrants. As we reduce the number of undocumented workers in Arizona, we cannot go about doing the right thing in the wrong way. I believe that Arizona's budget woes have stymied the economic growth of our state and caused critical public services to languish. Arizona's budget must be immediately balanced through a statewide commitment to fiscal responsibility. We must redistribute state funds towards necessary public services. We must enhance access to quality health care for all Arizonans. We must support our critical public safety and emergency services. And we must overhaul our public school system to ensure our state's children are getting the best education possible. I believe that Arizona must prioritize the protection of our environment and natural resources. We must reduce greenhouse gas emissions with statewide initiatives that would expand public transportation opportunities throughout Arizona, both within urban areas and between urban and rural areas. We must take advantage of our unique desert environment to institutionalize alternative energy sources, particularly solar energy farming. We must implement water conservation programs throughout the state that will reduce unnecessary water consumption, make better use of reclaimed and recharged water, and require that all new urban developments not only sign a promise to fulfill a 100-year water supply, but actually have concrete plans to bring that water to Arizona before a single hole is dug. But most importantly, I believe the residents of LD29 need a representative who makes you and your interests his first and foremost priority. I believe the residents of LD29 are tired of electing politicians every few years, watching nothing change in their day-to-day lives. I believe the residents of LD29 need a representative with the compassion to listen to you, a representative with the principles to take your unfiltered concerns straight to Phoenix, and a representative with the fortitude to bring back real results. My name is Ephraim Cruz, and I'm running for Arizona State Representative for LD29 because I believe with your support, I can be that representative. I offer voters in District 29 practical solutions to their political problems. Solutions you can find on ephraimcruz.com. But make no mistake, to secure a better future for District 29, we need you to volunteer your time and energy in support of this campaign. I ask you to walk the streets, call the voters, and donate the funds necessary to make the change we all believe in our present-day reality. I am running because I believe in our shared dream of a better Arizona, and I know I have the integrity to serve you and you alone. Thank you.